Good morning everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do the 3 basic egg cooking method. Okay, so first what we have to remember is to always clean. So in cookery terms, we do have what we call mise en place. But before we do the mise en place, which is preparing everything, we have to make sure that our hands are clean. We have to wash it as often as we can to avoid cross-contamination. So the first thing that I'm going to show is how to cook a sunny side up egg. So as we know, yes, it's very easy to cook at home, but if we would be putting it into standards, there are certain rules that we need to follow in order for us to cook properly a sunny side up egg. So what we need is a turner and a non-stick pan. So we also need an egg, so it will depend on what kind of egg will you buy. There's an organic egg, also other types of eggs available in the market, so you can just freely choose what you want. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to put a little bit of oil in our non-stick pan. So a little will do. No need for you to deep fry an egg. Then I've already preheated this. So make sure that for you not to burn the sides of your egg, it must be in low heat. Then don't forget to season with a little bit of salt. Show you a little secret on how you can perfect your egg. So what I usually do, so that I'll be sure that the egg is perfectly cooked, I put on a little bit of water on the side of the egg. Then I place a lid on top so that the steam will continually cook the egg. So it will just be around 15 to 20 seconds, and after that, the egg is done. Here is your perfectly cooked sunny side up egg. Okay, so there's a lot of misconception about how a scrambled egg should be done. Here in the Philippines, we do flatten the egg, but unfortunately, just to let you know that a scrambled egg should really be scrambled, because if you will flatten it in your pan, it will become an omelette. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cook a scrambled egg by using a saucepan. First, we always need to put a little bit of oil on our pan. Then let's make sure that it's preheated so that the egg won't stick on your pan. Okay, so once it's preheated, we can crack our eggs open. So for this dish, I'll be using 3 eggs for you to be able to see how a scrambled egg would look like. So there's 1. So just make sure that if the pan gets too hot, you can remove it from the heat. So the secret to making a perfectly scrambled egg is to stir it as often as you can. Then put it back. So you can just always scrape the sides of your pan. So some cooks and some chefs do add the salt before putting the eggs on the pan, but it would affect the texture of the egg. So we would want it to be creamy and we would want it to be fluffy. So I'll be adding on the salt later before the egg is cooked. So when you see that the egg has this kind of consistency, what I can advise you to do is put a teaspoon of butter. Then put it back on your heat source. So let's add a little bit of salt. Okay, so I think this is done. So here you go, your scrambled egg, like how do they do it in the hotels. Now what I'm going to show you is how to poach an egg. Now, people may think that poaching an egg is hard, but it's actually easier than it looks. So all you need is a little bit of salt, a little bit of vinegar, a tablespoon of vinegar will do, and just a pot and a boiling water. So what we're going to do now is before adding the egg, I'm going to put in a little bit of vinegar. Just the regular white vinegar will do. So once the water comes to a boil, it's time for you to lower the heat of your pot. Then what we usually do is that we do make a whirl on the water. If you have at home, if you have a wire whisk, it will be better. So because I don't have one, so I will be using the fork instead. So once you have that on your water, it's time for you to drop the egg and just wait for it to cook. So just be careful in removing the egg because the yolk inside is soft. So what we usually do is to use a perforated spoon. Then we can get it. This one.
Okay.
Okay, so how can we check if the sunny side up egg, the poached egg, is perfectly cooked? So that if you cut the eggs open, the yolk inside should be runny and at the same time the white should be firm. So here's an example of that. When you cut the poached egg in half, it should look like this. Same thing goes with your sunny side up egg. So just simply do this at home. This is a very easy way on how you can cook egg, and at the same time you will elevate what you already know about cooking eggs. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something and see you guys on our next video.